There is a serious problem that occurs when I do these update videos. The constant changing of YouTube, my plans, and the world around us all generally means that 9 times out of 10, any of the plans that I spill in these videos are generally out the window within a few weeks. And of course, that couldn't be any more true because just over a week ago, when I decided I wanted to make this video, I wrote a rough script for it. And the following day I was on a plane to the other side of the country for 8 days. So all of my plans did in fact go right out the window. Anyway, welcome to this update video. I do have a few topics to cover here, including my plans, my original plan before I had to fly away, the current state of the channel, and finally, some updated rewards for the Patreon page. But first, the schedule. Originally, I was supposed to have a shorty going up today talking about how important things like muscle memory and other similar things are to our ability at playing games and being good at them. The entire inspiration for that was me bombing in a Crash Team Racing tournament while I was at PAX Australia, as my controller didn't have any vibration, which threw me off almost instantly and I struggled to navigate Crash Cove for fuck's sake. I might come back to this one, I don't really know, but for now, it's on the shelf. The week prior was supposed to be the review I'm still currently working on, which I won't spoil. However, next week, there was supposed to be another review which I've also cancelled. It was going to be Tony Hawk's Underground, but I'm honestly glad I don't have time for it anymore. Mainly because it was just a filler video until the cliche Christmas content anyway. It didn't make sense to do it, and now, sometime in 2017, I can do a 3-parter for Thug, Thug 2, and American Wasteland. Or Thor if you prefer. So that's what's been cancelled, and honestly, it's not that big of a deal. What is a big deal, however, is traditions. This channel doesn't have any, and I'd like to change that. We'll start off simple by repeating last year's Christmas top 10 idea. I'll get everyone to vote on a straw poll what top 10 you'd like to see from me for December. It's kind of like a little gift to you guys for Christmas. The poll is already up, so go and find a link to that in the description and comments section. As for other videos coming up, honestly, I really don't want to mention anything. Again, like last year's end of year update, as soon as you say something, you'll wish you hadn't said it, because plans change. I will say though that upload times and live stream times might get shaken up a bit next year, so this is just a warning to be prepared for that. I'll have more news on that next year. On from that, since July and August of this year, the growth of the channel has rapidly declined and plateaued quite a bit. The same thing happened last year, but it wasn't this bad. Everything's dropped by 75-80% or so, which really shook up the plans I had for the second half of the year. As much as I shouldn't care about the numbers, it's hard not to, honestly. You can't help but take a morale hit when you see it, and unfortunately due to that, the channel is not currently where I feel like it needs to be for this to keep going the way it is. Basically what I'm saying, and again, I could say this and totally change my mind within a few months' time, but looking where we're at now, I'm going to give it another year. If you didn't know, I'm currently doing this full time, no work or school or anything like that. Not the smartest financial decision I ever made, but like they say, if you truly want something, you'd better be prepared to go all in or go home. So that's what happened. But unfortunately, that can't go on forever. The current idea I have in my head is to give it another year full time, and if it doesn't start to truly take off and become somewhat profitable, it'll be time to stop with the full-time videos, as the longer things go on like this, the sadder it gets really. I'll still always do it, don't worry, this is not an exit plan or anything like that. I just think that it's best to be transparent and explain what's going on behind the scenes. But this needs to start taking off if it's going to continue full steam ahead. And with that, I'll ask you all to please make sure you have the little bell icon clicked to make sure you're notified about new uploads. I'll also ask you to please share the videos, show a friend, a family member, do whatever. It all helps, and it's always nice seeing people so eager to watch a new video, and meeting fans at PAX recently really gave me a massive boost. The previously mentioned number drops combined with the general stress doing this gives you really hit me hard before I got to go to PAX. I was truly over it, but getting to meet your audience and get the kind of reception I got was really heartwarming. It was an eye-opening experience and it fixed me. Without going into fine detail, meeting fans saved this channel and saved the content too, so thank you to everyone I got to meet. Now the final thing I'd like to mention is the Patreon page. You should know that I've been updating it and will continue to update rewards and such over time. Currently, for pledging any amount whatsoever, you'll get access to a weekly update blog, any behind the scenes photos I have, and on the rare occasion, a short update vlog as well, explaining what I'm working on. With that, while I'm not a fan of multiple reward tiers, I do have one other new reward tier. For $5 or more, you get all of that, as well as getting the chance to see videos early. How early, you ask? It all depends, really. For the most part, if I'm uploading on a Tuesday, the video is done by Sunday. Basically what I plan to do is when I schedule the upload, I'll share the link to the $5 patrons and they'll get to see it before it goes up. I'm also still working on some other awards in the future, so if any of that interests you, feel free to check it out. Thanks to Patreon, I was able to purchase a dead cat for my camera mic to get better quality audio outside, as well as a bunch of games to review for some time in the near future. So thanks to everyone who has already pledged. I honestly can't thank all of you enough, and I keep hitting the fucking desk! So thank you to everyone who's already pledged. I honestly can't thank you all enough. And a further thanks to everyone who watches and supports the channel at all. I'm so glad that all of you decided to stick around for God only knows what reason, you crazy fucks. Thanks for an awesome year with 2016, and I'll see you next week for a pretty hot review. But until then, I hope you have a great fucking day. Thanks for watching.